All right, let's kick this shit.
You hit it off with the bumper, now you're straight down the middle again. You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the outlet again. I try to cradle you with my flipper.
Greg, it's the most wonderful time of the year. It's the holiday season to feel pissed off and angry. Right?
Sons of bitches! It's one of my favorite lines ever in a movie. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. What is it?
Christmas Story, when the dogs run through the house and the dad, listen to it, it'll stand out this Christmas when you went, sons of bitches! Oh, I did it better last time. Sons of bitches! I can't do it now. You don't fuck that up.
It will.
Listen to it.
That is a great movie.
It's so great.
Have you started watching the holiday movies?
Yeah. Watch Santa Claus,
Yeah.
Elf.
Now, anytime you got to watch this cancel culture out here, Greg. Anytime you're too happy about something, it gets shut down real quick.
Yeah.
And I can tell you this. Christmas time is a happy time for me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I celebrate Christmas. You can celebrate whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
The Festivus, I don't care what you celebrate. As long as this is a happy times for me. And it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, well, you bringing up holidays such as Christmas brings up old memories of bad family reunions. And it's like, fuck all.
Bad family
I just
reunions?
like to be happy.
You got shamed for bad family reunions?
No, I'm just saying if I bring up family reunions on the podcast I recently did, and people are like, oh, you shouldn't have to go to family reunions if you don't feel comfortable around people because of the heinous things they've done.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get that, but try to
I haven't listened to your
overlook
show.
the minor things it's all about Thanksgiving and caring
I
and
know.
coming together and not being such a damn Grinch.
No.
That's all I'm saying.
I like to be a Grinch. Sometimes if you remove yourself from those situations, you have a happier holiday.
I'm good with that too. But I'm saying there's some things maybe just let the holiday spirit fill your heart.
Now
and
stop
not
speaking
be
as a
angry.
therapist and speak as a human.
Screw these people. And their fruitcakes. You know what does upset me?
I hate people.
Holiday season, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, my grandmother used to cook. She is such a great cook. God bless my grandmother. She is aging. And sadly, not to be depressing here, aging rather quickly with some dementia setting in. Her cooking is really shitty now, Greg, and you don't know what you're going to get.
What I love is you open this whole thing with Christmas is my happy time. I love being happy. Everything should be happy. And then you go into my old dying grandmother who I love and I've always...
She's not dead yet.
Dying with dementia that I love so much. And so, you just, turned it so depressing.
She used to make these chicken and dumplings that were just to die for. Nobody can replicate
Nobody can
them.
cook like any
and
grannies.
She can't either now.
Yeah.
Oh, it just...
I know where you're at. I go to because my grandmother has dementia and stuff too. She was a fantastic cook. She was...
Does she?
Same thing. But the problem was, now you go there, everything's fucking outdated and stale. It's all expired. Everything's expired.
Granny?
Yeah. You would go to her house to eat. Now you stop and you get food before you go to her house. So you can be like, oh, Granny, I'm sorry, Mom Bone. I already ate. I can't do it. It feels so bad.
Oh, man. I don't know about the cat, but I'm sure I'm doing it.
Oh, God.
Okay.
God bless our grandmothers.
But does it make you angry? Because this next topic we're going to cover in this top 10 list is all about the feelings of anger, frustration, difficult things in your life, as we are going to do the top 10 most anger-inducing pinball machines.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe they're unfair. Maybe they're just downright hard and difficult to complete.
Yeah.
Maybe some of the required shots are just too tight.
Yeah.
You name it, we're gonna cover it all here.
And it's not just hard games. We're not talking about hard games. We're not talking about games that are hard.
Some of it's hard.
But it's not just a hard game, because you can say, well, that game's really hard. That game's brutal. It's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't mean that it translates to making you so pissed off.
What makes you mad when you play? What game? And I know, viewer, if you were a pinhead, there are some games, Greg, that I want to put on their side.
Exactly.
And I've thought about it.
Those are the games we're talking about.
And the games, have you ever had a game where you get so mad that you rock this son of a bitch on two legs at a time? I've done it. And the top three, I've done it on each one of them.
I have, and there's some recordings of it because my family just thinks that it's funny. Like, I form a pinball Tourette's. And so, like, in this shit that literally, that I cannot, and I say a lot of things on here, but
you can't even repeat it.
I cannot repeat the things that are said on some of these games, and some of these games are on our list. That because what it does is it's a release for me to play the next ball. Okay. Because I grabbed that motherfucker by the rails, and then I'll bite down, and this is true. This is all, swear to God, this is all true. You can ask my wife, and I don't know if I should be proud of it, but I like to be honest with you folks out there. But there's words.
You turned into a bad impersonation of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, no, well, that was just so I didn't say the words and get myself into trouble. But that's what happens.
This video might get us canceled.
And then I stop, and I'll plunge the second ball, and I go about it. It's a release.
Oh, you're able to get rid of it?
Yeah, but that's why I have to do it. That's why like the pinball Tourette's happens. It's almost like a quick steam release, and then I can go on to play. Now, if it's really bad and I've released steam too many times, I just have to walk away.
Pinrets. You get the bad case of the old pinrets.
The pinrets.
See, when I get into that funk, sometimes I can't shake myself from it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, try that next time. And what I'm scared of is because I play in my home environment so much, and I like brutal games, and when that happens to me, I'm scared that I'm going to be playing in public.
Oh.
And it's just going to happen naturally. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how, like, if you see this happen.
Oh.
I'm used to, like...
Wow.
Sometimes if you work by yourself, you just fart whenever you want. Sometimes you're out in public and you're just like, oh shit, I farted.
It slips.
Yeah, just because you're not used to holding. Well, no, you're just not used to holding it because you're at home. We work from home, so you just fart whenever you want.
I'm still pretty conscientious of when I fart.
See, I accidentally fart sometimes. Just like I'm like, oh shit,
ever farted in an elevator and just like,
oh my, I farted and this place walked on.
Yeah, I know. I always think about that. I'm like, I could. I'm so low.
Back to the task.
We're gonna start with number 10, the 10th most anger-inducing pinball machines. But first, before we do that, we want to remind you that you can win one of these wonderful, we're doing a giveaway. These things are MSRP like $50 now, pinflation. They're a nice decal.
They're amazing.
Oh, by Brad Albright. We commissioned him to do redo the Kraken. Look, I'm doing some of his, my homie Gomi right there. You can purchase all of this merchandise.
These weren't just made on your home printer and a Cricut machine.
Not that you would have experience with that. But, we had professional decal. I'm going to call them decals. They're not even stickers. These are decals. And these are special edition holographic ones that may be up on flippinoutpinball.com. You can buy. They're expensive. They're large. But we're going to give one of these away. Look at, oh my gosh.
We have to, like,
I don't know
we
if
have to hide from the
Look, Greg.
Oh,
look at that. Look at the hologram.
I love it.
Oh. That's pretty cool.
I love them.
They can win one of these. What do they have to do to win one of these?
You have to share this video.
Look at that.
And according to Zach, I was going to keep it simple and you just share it from our Facebook, from the link that we post on there. But Zach said you can just email us a picture of you sharing from anything.
Take the link down here, there's a little arrow. Take that link, share it on your social media. It can be on the Twitters, the Snapchats,
any social media,
the TikToks, the Ding Dongs, whatever you want to do.
Email us proof.
Yeah, take a picture of it. Email us to sdtmpinball@gmail.com, and we'll enter you to win one of these beautiful holographic Return of the Kraken SDTM. Look at
MSRP $50.
I bet people buy it. It's that nice.
It is that nice.
And also buy merchandise. Come on, people, help support this show. But we're going to do some honorable mentions before we get into the list. Okay. Some of the honorable mentions for me are Rick and Morty. Yes. That game is a Scott Denisi. Any Scott Denisi game is going to make you mad.
Very much.
Guardians of the Galaxy, we both agree.
The outlanes.
You guys thought that'd be in the top 10
That's why I sold it. Tight shots with those outlanes.
That Borg outlane, you get Borged.
Ooh, John.
Borged.
I'm going to call you by first name. John.
Oh, Jonathan.
Jonathan
rocket kickback with no ball save. That scoop.
John.
Screw you, Scoop.
Oh.
That scoop to stardom mode. Rob Zombie.
Ooh.
Oh, Charlie.
That's just made up of brutalness.
That's just a chaotic mess the way it is. Yeah, why are you adding another sling up there? Yeah. What are you doing?
Like, where do I shoot to as a good pinball player? I'm not saying I'm a good pinball, but any good pinball player. Where do I shoot to?
Turn on the headlamp because I can't even see this game. It's a black playfield? That'd piss me off. But your number 10 most anger-inducing pinball machine is... The Walking Dead.
Ooh.
That's a mean one.
Yes.
John Borg.
But, you know.
John.
Here's the thing that I think about that. I think some people are going to go, oh, bullshit. That should be like higher up on the list. But I still think it's controllable.
I do too. You control it like no other. It's like a savant over here with
just that game.
Dead.
Just that game. I could murder that game.
Wow.
But it is anger inducing because you do get some cheap drains
it will
on
murder
it.
You.
It is quick. There is a lot of there's a lot going on. It is a brutal game, and it does piss
out of
you
the
off.
pops.
Yes.
Out of the pops. There's a growing theme here. Out of the pops. If you don't have a setup right.
And that's the things I think that will induce anger in most of these situations. A lot of it's just cheap drains. It's bullshit that
Feels
you
unfair.
don't have. Yes, that you don't have control of. And we're not talking about getting in slings and getting into things to where that it's made for that chaos, pop bump, anything like that. These are things that you just literally it's a shot that you have to make, or you hit the shot fine.
Bullshit.
Yes, absolutely no. It's just coming around orbit.
Oh my!
And it drains.
Prison magnet. Remember?
Oh, when it just really
throws down there like.
It never did a swirl to throw it anywhere else.
All three of these balls.
Just straight down.
You just screwed me on that one. It doesn't get any better on the Premium LE because you have a ramp flap that is inferior to the Pro.
Get a rejection.
Get a rejection, or you get another magnet on that Well Walker.
God,
Walking Dead is, we're going to curse a lot in this. It's a bitch. It's a bitch of a game. That's number 10. How could it get worse than that? It does.
Gets a lot
Number
worse. 9,
Jersey Jack Pinball. It's not the Hobbit. We're not on a Cadillac here. We're at their first game, The Wizard of Oz.
Ooh.
Friendly my ass.
No.
We're definitely not in Kansas anymore. No. Whenever you go those out lanes that are hungry.
That is one game. So I used to take my mom over to Zanzibar, local barcade.
You don't anymore?
And no. And
I'd take her now.
You're a brave man. And she loved Wizard of Oz, and I like Wizard of Oz too, and I've always wanted to get time on Wizard of Oz, but that's one game that I refuse to ever play on location because it cost me a fortune to actually play and get on that game. And that's why I've always wanted to buy one because I still want to learn and play it. But it was so brutal to me that I would never put $1 in there. It cost me a fortune to be able to play it because it just ate my dollars.
Wow.
And then it would make me so pissed.
Wow.
Yep. Never played it on location.
It's weird. I'm thinking about taking your mom to Zanzibar. Speaking of Wizard of Oz, she always had a nickname for me. Always called me the Tin Man. You want to know why?
Nope.
Because I'm always stiff when I give it to her. I got no heart, baby. No heart when I give it to her. Miss Bone, here I come.
It ain't got off the rails that far in a long time.
I'm like, give him a lube, baby.
What's this next one? Where are we at? Are we at 1 yet?
Wizard of Oz, you suck. And then when you go in the out lanes, it's like, I'm going to give you another chance to redeem your ball. Yeah, good luck doing any of the things on the left out lane.
Yeah, I'm like, no, stop.
No way. Good Lord. Number 8, a lot of people are going to say it should be higher. The 8th most anger-inducing pinball machine is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yes.
It's mean.
Yes.
It's a nasty little thing.
And I don't know why. It's just...
Outlanes are hungry.
They are.
A lot of them shipped with lightning flippers. A little bit shorter.
Yes.
You got a little gap there. Bigger gap.
The flipper gap and
triple bank right in the middle.
Yeah, straight down the middle. Yep.
Coming back
I think that's what gets me the most. And you got to hit them.
You got to hit them.
You got to hit them. That's the thing, is it throws you into there. But I think, and that game does piss me off, but I'm going to say something good about it. I think that's the thing I kind of like about it. Sometimes I like a shorter game.
I do too.
Shorter playing game.
You're going to see, viewer, that a lot of these pins, they're Greg and I's favorite games.
Yeah.
They're games that are in our collections.
They are.
Our favorite games of all time. But we like a more difficult game.
I think I just like to be punished.
Oh, naughty.
Got through you.
That one did. Bram. Well, I'm thinking of Bram Stoker's now. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That was a Barry Alsler game. Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's see if we see any patterns here. Number 7. This one's a specified one.
Yes.
We didn't know whether to include it, but if we did,
I was an advocate for it.
This is where it comes.
Yes.
A lot of people think that the premium version of this, they wouldn't think is necessarily brutal. Maybe the right out lane that gets covered up a lot.
With cannon.
Yeah, with the cannon. We're giving it away a little bit. Maybe it's Star Trek Next Gen. Maybe no. It is AC/DC, the Pro.
The Pro.
The Pro.
Specifically the Pro, because on the premium LEs, you have drop targets. The drop targets soften that ball and slows it down.
More control.
Yes. On the Pro, you do not have those drop targets. They're just stand-up targets, and that game is a freaking monster.
Feels like an old
EM
things. With just stand-up targets everywhere. I'm playing like,
my favorite band, and I will not own that game again.
That's how bad, yeah.
Because, like I said, like I would look at that jukebox and I would say, I'm not going to get through these songs.
There's no
This
way.
is way too brutal. Like it is way too, and it would make me so mad trying to get there, and you'd be right there, and it's just oh my God, it's just.
It's that game. When I owned that game, I told myself I'd never own a Pro again. I think it's one of the most or least playable games.
Yeah.
Like, you can't play that game.
It may be one of the shortest games in my collection, besides Judge Dredd.
It's no use.
No.
Like a lot,
and it's a great game.
A lot on these lists, Greg, I love, and they'll never go anywhere. But this is one on my list that I hate so much that I'll never own.
No, I won't own it again.
Never.
And there's very few games I ever say that about.
It's just too much stand-up target. And Stern flippers are snappy enough.
Yeah.
I don't need it. Number 6, the 6th most anger-inducing pinball machine. It's one of our best games, or our favorite games. We love this game, and it's Stern Star Wars.
Oh!
Watch out for that plunge, y'all. Plunge, out lane. Hey, at least I get a ball out lane.
Yeah.
Shit, we're at ball 3 now.
A bad plunge it's another one of those things. It's kind of
hard
unfair.
to control that plunge because it's a skill shot.
And it truly is one of my favorite games.
Mine too.
Sort of like Walking Dead. Walking Dead is one of my favorite games.
And it's a race car.
Yes.
It's not just the plunge.
No. It can be fast.
Inner orbits.
Yes.
Or that horseshoe orbit.
Yeah.
That thing is quick.
I'm not as I think that this one I'm not, I don't want to speak for you, but for me, this one I did not find as anger inducing. But we have to
because you own the Pro.
But that's true too.
I call that the handicap edition.
But you did too. You made fun of me all the time.
That's right.
But I also have to give it to what other people say, and we're doing this as a top 10, not just ours. We have to be sort of objective.
Yeah. Objective
to it, to be able to.
These people are nodding their heads. Yes, you guys are right. We hate Star Wars because of that shit.
I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
Seriously, one of my favorite games ever made.
And a lot of people, for what it's worth, on the premium LE, sure it does. And you've heard me as a broken record have one of the greatest toys of all time in pinball in that hyperspace.
Yeah.
But a lot of people have difficulty with that fork that comes up, and it gets rejected, and then
it pisses you off.
Go down straight down the middle on you. Anytime a horseshoe loop is present,
another one of those just unfair things that you're just like, no.
You know, forget it.
It comes to unfairness.
I'll turn it off. I don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, that one's mean.
That's the next one.
What about number 5? We're in the top 5 here. What makes you mad, Greg?
Another JJP game.
My favorite JJP game today.
Probably my favorite JJP game as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Willy Wonka.
What is it with these family themes? Wizard of Oz, Willy Wonka.
It's the most brutal thing.
Loompa.
You think the Hobbit would be like a little more.
We'll kill your children, though.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
You think Willy Wonka's
Oh, that's
nice.
true. That is very true.
That little
there was
fat
messages.
chunker got stuck in the pipe.
There was some messages in that
Violet
movie.
turned into a balloon.
Yeah.
I mean,
but my number one complaint. It's tough. There's
everyone's number one complaint.
Because it's an odd game because it has that feel of JJP. It's a little floaty. The flippers aren't as strong, but it's oddly fast. But the chief complaint, and again, this is probably one of the worst things in pinball besides Aerosmith, is out of the fucking pops, almost every time you're robbed, and you dread setting that up or having to set a shot up there because you just know that you're going to get screwed and you're going to lose that ball, and especially in the middle, where it really comes heartbreaking because you got to really play through that game. That's a journey that you're having to take, and you invest a lot of time.
Yeah, you've got that game down real wide.
Yeah, and then you just freaking come out of those.
What do you have to qualify? You got to go through those pops on that one shot.
And you're just like, no, I can't do this.
You should never have. Every game's got like a dummy shot, right, Greg? Attack from Mars, the dummy shot's up the middle. You know you're going to eat it. A plunge should never be a dummy shot.
No,
if you full plunge that game, you're a dummy.
Yeah,
you've got to short plunge that game.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a design problem.
I do too.
I really think it's a design issue.
And I love Lawler's design on it.
He likes them to be brutal. He likes them earning money on location. Hey, Pat, Bud, it's 2022, so maybe just, We're no longer taking quarters in the 80s and 90s.
No, and I mean, I can see what's
Is that harsh?
You just
That's a
can't
little
do.
harsh,
If it wasn't for the pops, honestly, I wouldn't have had so much frustration.
That ride out lane sucks my balls in.
It kind of does.
It does. And yeah, like you're alluding to, the control of a JJP.
Yeah,
and hitting that right ramp. Owners will know hitting that right ramp is skipping the park.
That's one I didn't ever.
I hit that left ramp all day long.
I didn't have an issue.
And you hit the gobstopper. Here it comes down the middle. That's a mean game.
The gobstopper's a little rough.
I think people thinking about it now, like, you know what, these guys are right. That is a brutal ass game. Is it more brutal than our number 4 most anger-inducing difficult pins? Stern, snappy flippers again. Iron Man.
See, I do not. So this is the thing.
You're crazy.
Actually, had
You're
set
crazy.
over there, and I'd wanted one for a long time. Zach loaned me one, and I was super pumped about it because I hear everybody, I hear Buffalo talking about, Nick always. That was one of Nick's favorite games. They always talked about how brutal it was.
It's a fantastic.
Everybody
game.
talks about.
I used to shit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. And everybody thought, but I loved it, and honestly, don't think that it's as fast as what people say. I think that for the time it probably was, but I enjoy the rules. Yeah, I mean, I've got it set up like
the out lanes are this wide open.
No, yeah, but I don't know, man. This just doesn't happen to me.
It's Borg again. What is it with Borg?
Honestly, shooting the what's his name?
Borg
in the middle.
Munger,
Ironmonger, like that. That's a little. I get a little scared every time I got
you got to graze him.
You got to graze him. But I think that's the trick to that game.
What about War Machine Kickback? Right back at you.
I don't have a huge problem with it.
What about a clunky middle spinner that's going to come back?
Now that's a little scary.
Slider.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's some brutality to it. I just don't leave.
Them out lanes are.
Yeah. The out lanes are a little.
They're mean.
I mean, I've grinded my teeth a little bit with it.
Oh, okay.
The wait is over. A revolution in LED lighting for your pinball is finally here. Fully customizable, full spectrum lighting from Pin Stadium Lights. Order yours now at pinstadium.com.
Chrome it, brass it, black nickel it, candy chrome it, powder coat it. The possibilities are endless at pinballplating.com. Your pinball machine deserves the best. At Comet Pinball, you'll find the best variety of LED products with the best quality LEDs, and most importantly, at the best price. Your collection is begging for an upgrade. Order yours now at cometpinball.com. Check out Pin Graphics for the latest and greatest in pinball enhancements, power blades, blade skins, pin blades, and even more. Visit pingraphics.com now to see what's available for your pinball machine.
Number 3, I think a lot of people probably aren't thinking about. Another Stern.
I wanted to throw this up to number 1.
You've threatened to get rid of this game so many times. I will say, going back to Willy Wonka, when I had my LE, Greg, and viewer, when I got so angry, that was the rock game that I would rock it because I'd get so...
Tell me about that.
Because I get everything loaded, ready to capitalize on the ultimate stack. Pop, pop, drain. And I shit you not, when I sold my LE, it was because I fucking had enough.
Yeah.
It did it one too many times. I turned that son of a bitch off, and I didn't play it again until it sold.
Yeah.
I was done.
Yep.
Later got a CE because I'm addicted and I can't get enough of it. But this game has done this to you. Our number 3.
Teenage
Mutant
Ninja Turtles.
Again, a nice family theme there.
Yeah.
Bebop and
Turtle
Rocksteady.
Power.
Shredder.
No, I hate it. It ultimately come down to me. First of all, it's fast. The
John Borg.
Anything.
John Borg again. What is
it
this?
honestly may want to be one of Borg's best layouts.
Jonathan.
But at the same time, the ramps are so narrow and closed off that if you miss any shot in this game, you pay for every missed shot. I'm sorry, you almost have to be a fucking professional pinball player to be able to go anywhere in this game.
And you can get bored from the layer.
Yes,
you can.
Yes, 100%. And that's what, when they put that, somebody told me, because I was super pissed about that.
Yeah.
But then somebody said you can turn on a ball save, and you can actually, there's a ball save for it. But that was, but that's only because of coming out of that layer, and that was bullshit,
that
dude. I would
side
sit
ramp,
there, God, and just the outlane to begin with.
You're trying to hit the ramp and then a spinning disc, and it's like, and you're like, you son of a bitch. What do you think John Borg's middle name is? I want to tell him by his whole name. I think it's Cornelius. Jonathan Cornelius Borg. You son of a bitch. God. In the most respectful, complimentary way.
Because like I said, dude, it's a phenomenal layout. It's amazing. And if
it
you're
ain't ever leaving my collection.
No,
I love it.
So that's my issue. What I tell you last time.
I know.
So I did almost the Wonka thing. I shut it off, and I was like, I'm
done. I'm listing it.
Yeah, there's not a lot going on in the pinball market. I procrastinated. End up turning on after probably a couple months.
Because IGC and he can't catch me.
That's exactly what it was. But I was on. Mm-hmm. I felt good. I was hitting all my shots, and it's not easy shots. And so then I'm like, well, I guess it's gonna stay for a little bit.
I like the way it looks.
Yeah, I do like the way it looks. I do like the theme, so it's gonna stick around for a little bit. Yeah. But I guarantee I turn it on again, and I'm gonna be pissed. I've never done it. I probably my game probably says 3,000 plays on it, and I've actually only played like 200 balls. I know that mathematically doesn't work.
I know what you mean.
But it's the number one game that I restart after the first ball.
See, for me, that's Willy Wonka.
No!
That's Willy Wonka for me.
Because I just know that I'm not going anywhere.
And it's a lot of Turtles for me. God. It is. John Borg, he's a masochist. Is that the right term?
I don't know, but we'll roll with it unless it means something really horrible.
No, I just picture John Borg with a ball gag.
That's what's wrong, man.
Want to be a Meg Spike?
Like, as long as
trying to sing karaoke? Silver chair. Oh my God. Way too inside pinball. Number 2 is a phenomenal game. I want another one of these. It's not by Stern.
No.
It's not by JJP.
No.
Chicago Gaming Company. No, it's not by them either. It's by, is it by Spooky? Kind of. It's by a basement in a Chicago suburb by a sinister little son of a bitch that is in love with the 80s. His name's Scott Denisi, and he created a game in his garage called Total Nuclear Annihilation.
But people love this game too. But man, is it a rocket.
Oh, it's mean. You're bouncing. It's like AC/DC.
Yeah.
But then you got a pop bumper right there too. It's phenomenal. Lighting, music. It's spectacular. It's very unique. It's original. You get remember that rocket scoop?
Yes. Working through those reactors though.
And you got to hit the stand-up targets to make the reactor go live.
Yep. I think it's one of those things that this game. It's another. I think another thing that some of these games have in common is that it's so hard to progress through them that's where the frustration comes in. Is because it's sort of a long journey or a very tough journey. So when you get screwed,
man,
it hurts. Extra hard
because it's
extra
simple.
Hard.
You just get through the 9. The rules are the same, progressing through the 9 reactors.
And I think that's what pissed you off too. Is that it is kind of there's a simplicity to it, and I think that's why it's like, why should it be so hard? Why is this so hard?
And you know where the extra balls are set, and you know you're close. Greg, I feel bad for the person that got my last TNA.
Was it super fast?
That cabinet had to be broken. Do you ever do that shove? I shove forward. Because the back legs are against the wall. I want to break your cabinet.
I don't get too mad.
I don't care. I will break. What kind of things? Before we get to our number 1 most anger-inducing pinball machine, what moves do you have that you feel guilty about or embarrassed about? You talk about screaming profanities that would make even Dennis Leary feel.
It may be the screaming profanities.
Okay, that's really bad, huh? And I know some of the words that you have used. They're just dirty words.
So bad.
Just really dirty. And you mix them. You throw in. You mix them up.
There's no normal word or phrase in between. That's why I literally compare it to Tourette's. It's a string of very quick, erratic, vulgar words with nothing in between.
See, mine's physical. Mine's physical. I do the shove. Motherfucker. I do that. Mm-hmm. I do the rock.
See, I'm too scared to break my games.
I don't, but I'm so angry, Greg. I want them to break. I want them to break because I can be like, what now, bitch? Yeah. Like, what now?
I showed you.
Broken ass leg.
Showed you, motherfucker.
Yes. I'm bad about this. I do the fist to the glass.
Oh, no.
I know. I'm bad. I'm bad about it. I just get so angry.
I had some friends over
mad.
from work, and I mean, they put a little pinball, but they hadn't like been in my basement or anything, and like they were just watching me normal play, like smack save.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. They freaked
like,
out.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Like, oh my god!
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? And I'm like, you haven't really seen anything. This is actual just casual play.
Or if I get a drain that's important, I'll just shake that thing,
I
knowing
can't.
I'm going to tilt it.
I've seen people do it.
Knowing I'm going to tilt it,
Yeah.
but I'm just like, no, that's what you get.
I've seen people do that shit on location. It freaks me out, makes me uncomfortable.
Or my friend Schmitty, you know Schmitty, he's a buddy of yours too. He always laughs because when I'm at his house, I'll turn them all on, and I'll go to play, and it's usually Wizard of Oz, of course, that when it pisses me off, I just immediately turn it off and I go to the next one. He gets the biggest kick out. I always say, nope.
No, I'm done.
I click it off, going, nope.
Yeah. I don't shut
On
mine
to the
off,
next
though.
one. Nope.
I like to
I'm
leave
done
it
with
on.
you. What's the most anger-inducing pinball machine of all time, Greg?
One of our truly favorite games.
Absolutely.
And the most gorgeous games.
I'm gonna have
one
one
of the
game.
most iconic themes in the world.
Gosh.
Ghostbusters.
Absolutely Ghostbusters.
Who doesn't get pissed off at Ghostbusters?
Let's list the ways.
I hate this. I like to torture them. That's right, boys.
I mean, you've got a flipper gap that was jacked up from the beginning. You've got outlanes that have metal guides that the ball flies over. It is truly the most unfair game there probably is ever.
That shitty ramp, you had to have a protector on it to keep the ball down.
Out of the pops and gozers going down the lane, right? Yeah, Scolari Brothers coming back at you, bro. This is a son of a bitch of a game.
Man.
It is truly unfair, but one of the most addictive pinball machines.
Still tight shots, but the geometry's so well, like they almost don't play a factor.
Yeah.
Because that ramp over there to the right just looks like it should be unmakeable. Honestly,
Feels so good
over there
when
with
you
the
make them,
Ecto, like feels like that orbit feels like you should never be able to make that.
And the
you're kind of
slings are mean.
Oh,
even
my
on the
God.
premium LE, the magnet slings.
Yes. Well, let's make it. Let's just up this. Let's
forget a
try
leaf
this
switch.
new invention on
Let's do magnets.
the most
right there.
shitty, brutal game we've ever
It'll
created.
like hold the ball, give you the finger, and throw it down the middle. Yep. Nope. Fuck
But
you.
it's
Nope. I'm
still a
done.
magical game. But I sold it for that. Like, we played that so hard, and we played it so rough
played
because
it
we got
hard.
into the challenge on trying to up one another. And that game, it overstayed its welcome. And I was so obsessed with it that I played through the anger. Like, it had to have taken years off my life playing that game.
I don't doubt it.
Like, it really did.
I do not doubt
Like,
it. at
I
all.
became so consumed with that pin.
We did.
And, like, just obsessed that I played through the anger and the frustration.
I'm getting angry now.
I know.
That's where my blood. I guarantee, if you check my blood pressure right now, just thinking about it.
Oh my God, we should have done that. Next time we get a Ghostbusters, we need to play the hell out of it, take a blood pressure reading before, and then we'll do a blood pressure reading after.
I like that.
For a
actually.
comparison.
That'd be really good.
We're going to back this up with science.
Ghostbusters. It's mean.
It is mean.
It's mean.
But I love it.
And that is the most anger-inducing pinball machine of all time.
That game is kind of like Stockholm Syndrome.
I can see it.
It's like...
It's the shitty high school girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That
She
game-
gives you a taste, and you're like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
And not that you fucking say no, but you get that taste of what it's like to be in love, and then she can just do whatever she
And
wants.
it's so pretty.
And you're right there.
It's a great theme. All the artwork.
She tickles your chin.
The
a
code
little
is
bit,
fun. It's
and
one of
you're
my
right
favorite
back.
code sets.
She's so pretty, too. She's so pretty. She's got a way about her.
Let's just kick you in the nuts.
And then you get slime all over you. Spin straight down the middle. This is Greg and I'm Zach. Remember, if you want one of these, speaking of beauties, Dolly Parton there, maybe turn it upside down for a little Easter egg. But did I ever tell you that? You seen that, didn't you? Didn't you see that?
Oh!
I never told you.
No, I did not.
That. Yeah, that well. It's kind of the genius of the.
Oh my God, that makes me want that sticker even more.
No, get the T-shirt too. But if you want this, all you got to do is take a link to this video, share it, follow it, probably put an advisory on it, to be honest with you. But do that. Also follow our Twitch, Chuck Wirt, Carrie Hardy doing our SDTMs every once in a while. And I guess that's it. Buy shit from our sponsors.
Yep.
One of them being Flip N Out
Tis the
Pinball.
season to buy gifts.
Love you, Gomi. You're not on this list, are you?
God, I love him.
You hit it off with the bumper knife straight down the middle again. You had a fling with a slingshot, you're rolling out the outlet again. I tried to cradle you with my flipper.
'Tis the season, Greg, to be angry.
Horse!
We're gonna text your wife.
Nope.
Send her a wiener pic.
Ugh.
Have you ever sent a dick pic?
Yeah.
Have you really? I've never sent a dick pic.
Not like unsolicited.
Oh, glad. I've never sent a dick pic. I think I'm too perfectionistic. I'd have to have like a background, like
Well, I put a lot of thought into it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Angles?
Yeah. Oh,
Lighting?
yeah.
Lighting?
No.
No.
I was young. Didn't care so much.
Young dick?
You thought it was great.
No stray hairs
Might
on
not
it?
have really been, but you thought it was great.
Mm.
Here's this motherfucker.
Did you delete it afterwards? So your dick is in the ether out there, just wooling around everywhere out there.
Oh, it could be. I mean,
Did it include balls or no balls?
No balls.
No balls.
No balls.
Really?
A lot of balls. Back of me, there are a lot of balls. But
It's pretty personal me asking you this, but I'm really fascinated by the cinematography of a dick pic.
it's all an angle.
Well, you don't take a dick pic erect, do you?
Yeah.
Really?
No,
It's got to be erect?
I don't have to be.
No.
I've only done like one.
I'd almost think I would want to go flaccid.
Why?
Because it's not showing off too much.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Well, and I hear you there. That's why I probably haven't taken a dick pic. But I'd almost want to do like a Mark Wahlberg kind of, like here it is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not too happy, but I'm not too cold either. Here it is.
Yeah. I can see that.
Like-
Yeah. Yes. I don't know the answer you're looking for.
The analysis of a dick pic.
Okay, so.